Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. I'm pulling with the bloody YouTube again now. Why is it not working? Hang on a minute. Right, that's the reason why. Just tried to open a new stream up and it wouldn't let me go live for some reason. So I had to do a quick refresh and redo it. Still a little bit of a problem with YouTube. Well, I can't see you on chat and because I'm not on the screen. I'm just having a bit of problems with the channel at the moment. I shared the old video, which wouldn't let me go live just now. How many is on here? 2, 1. I lost my popularity again. No one loves me. Right, Rose. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I was just watching the Foreign Brothers and I mean, daughter's messaging me. Well, I've got to come off that because otherwise I ain't going to concentrate on one thing about. Right, Jessica. Yeah, don't worry about the trolls. We're going to get them on here anyway. What is it? Sunday, don't it? 2 more days and I've got to go somewhere. Find out what's happening. Can't say anything else about it. Right, so I'm not sure what to talk about actually. I was set up to do a stream the other night, but I couldn't be bothered to do it eventually. I had my table set up, with me ghost box, Ouija board. I was going to bring one of the dolls in. I was going to have it like running overnight, but I thought, nah, fuck it, I can't be bothered. The reason I couldn't be bothered because I wanted to try to get an early night in so I could go to my bushcraft camp, but I didn't sleep well, so I didn't go. But I did go yesterday, and I'm planning probably to go again either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the weather condition. I really want to try to get that shelter done as quickly as possible, but I can't be asked half the time. I'll set myself to do certain things when I'm up there, and if I can get at least 1 out of 2 things done, then I'm happy. But I want to try to get it done a bit quicker because I want to start spending the night up there in the dark, lonely, creepy woods, and try and do a live stream up there. The only thing is, my phone doesn't want to work up there properly. My phone's completely knackered. I can't even use the screen on it. Wednesday's going to be sunny. We had nice weather down here, Rose. We've had a lot of nice weather down here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I'm going to turn this phone off. Wish I didn't turn it. I only turned it on to see what the weather's going to be like. And I can't get these bloody things off. And after time, this phone never seems to want to work because the battery's not working on it properly. I've got to find out when its contract runs out. Oh, fuck off. Can I get a notification when I put my phone on airplane mode? Right, I'm not going to answer any more questions or read any more messages because my phone is now turned off. Right, Ian. Oh dear. Yeah, I was just watching the Foreign Brothers live stream just now. They do live streams time to time, and I tried asking them questions, but they had like 300 people in their channel watching, and practically everyone, I suppose, was like typing messages. And I tried to ask him a few questions like, is the equipment still okay? Are you happy with the equipment? I might make some more equipment for next year. And I didn't get a reply to any of them, so I thought, well, it's like, you can only read so many messages when you've got like 300 people blabbing inside chat. For me, it's okay. I don't really bother reading chat sometimes, but when you've got 300 people trying to like chat and ask questions, then it is kind of like ridiculous, I suppose. Yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick one tonight, see how you're all doing. I'm okay. Still surviving, just. Just had my dinner, which was 10 beef burgers in gravy with Mexican fried rice, microwave rice. So burgers and rice, and then after I had ice cream and peaches and a quarter of a tin of like different kind of like what are they called, fruits, like where you got like peach, pear, and cherries and that kind of stuff in it. So I just had my dinner. I'm happy. I'm full up. couple of biscuits here in case I get a bit peckish later. All the rest of my cheesy snacks. As you can see, down there, my table was kind of clear, so it shows that I was kind of getting it all set up the other night. But so I'm just going to be bothered to do it after I cleaned it all up. I thought, you know what, I can't be asked now. Screw it. But I will. Oh crap! I nearly fell off the chair. Then I will do it one night. Possibly later in the week, I might do a session. You know, I do want to get back doing the overnight ones, but you know, how many people really want to watch an overnight live stream? I know some of you do, but you know, I think sometimes some people might think it's a bit boring actually. I can't really have a ghost box running while I'm sleeping, so otherwise it's just going to disturb me waking up all the time. But I found my microphone, the one I've been using for when I did used to do the overnight streams. I might do a kitchen event one, and have this connected and turned on, and do like a small live stream with, you know, with the microphone turned on, and probably do a ghost box or something. And then when I'm ready to go to bed, I'll just turn the microphone off and keep the camera running while I go to sleep, I suppose. Oh dear. I'm still looking at yeah, I know what it's like having an abscess or a broken tooth. I've got a broken tooth, and that's why, you know, can't get an appointment because it costs too much fucking money for a doctor's appointment. But when you've got a broken tooth or an abscess, it kind of like makes your speech sound different. Like, you know, you're hisping quite a bit. And it's even worse when, like, you know, I can't even pronounce it now. Abscess kind of like flares up, and you know, your cheek kind of like comes out. It looks like your whole face is swollen on one side. I hate that. I've had that done before. I remember one time where I was eating something, and I can't remember what it was. Probably some crisps, and a piece actually broke off and dug straight into my gum. And like, you know, it hurt for a little while. Then it stopped. And the next morning when I woke up, my whole face kind of like swelled up, and my gum was like, you know, kind of like red and raw swell. I tell you, it was really bloody painful. And it was like that for a couple of days actually, until I got rid of it, because I kept taking like ibuprofen medication, and I kept squeezing the gum, you know, and eventually I must have like dislodged whatever was inside it, because after a couple of days it actually did, you know, get back to normal kind of thing. But so it was bloody painful, and when you did try to talk, you know, you couldn't really talk because like that kind of thing. Oh man, I hate you know, oh god, I hate that. I don't go to the dentist. I'll rather let my teeth rot and fall out, to be honest with you. Oh, I've got like 3 broken teeth. 2 over here on the front, and 1 at the back there, and 1 over there. So it's four broken teeth I've got here. And I'm not going to go to the, you know, dentist and pay like £200 or £300, you know, per session. No fucking way. Some people say you can get it on, like, you know, while you're on social benefits, but you don't get it free. You got to pay like half towards it, and I couldn't even be, you know, I wouldn't be able to pay half towards it, to be honest with you. And I remember the last time I went to the doctors, not the doctors, the dentist surgery, he said, I'm just going to have fillings and possibly 1 tooth taken out. Possibly 1 tooth. And this was a chemist over at Colliers Wood, down near the hospital on the main road. And I went in to have my tooth taken out, and I can't remember who was with me. I don't know who was. I think I went on my own. I'm not sure actually. I don't think my ex-wife was with me. Well, I can't remember if anyone was with me or not actually. But I know that they gave me the injection. Yeah, numbs you, and he said like you will feel kind of like unstable and dizzy. So when you're out in the waiting room when we finish, just sit down for 5-10 minutes, and you should be okay then. Well, they planned to take one tooth out, but they actually took fucking 3 out, didn't they? And I thought, well, fuck that, you know. Um, like coming out of the actual surgery and going into the actual waiting room, I did sit there for about 5-10 minutes, but my dentistry, the guy who done it was upstairs, and the stairs are kind of like really long and steep. I practically nearly fell down them bloody stairs because I was so kind of like out of it and dizzy still, and like wasn't focused. I pledged to myself, no way am I ever going back to a fucking dentist again. Nor are they going to lie to you saying you're going to have one tooth out and they eventually take 3 out. And like, no, fuck that. I'd rather let them fall out, I'd rather go and buy a pair of those fucking false teeth things, that you buy on eBay or Amazon and just stick them in, make it look like you got real teeth. How about that advert on TV? Smile for Me TV, that advert where you buy teeth and it's like £120 per month for a fucking false pair of teeth. Fuck that. No way. I'll fucking pay £120 for a fucking pair of false teeth each month. Sod that. I'll say like, I'd rather let mine fucking fall out, rot and fall out. Probably when I get a bit more older, and I've got a little bit of money, if I'm able to get a pension, then I might get a pair of like dentures or something. But yeah, when all my teeth run out and fall out and rot away, I'll probably be drinking like a baby formula or be making like shitload of smoothies. I think I'll have a fried chicken or roast chicken smoothie today. Yeah. Hang a minute, I better stick some potatoes and gravy in with that smoothie. Have a nice, like, kind of like roast dinner smoothie, all blended up into like fluid, and then just drink that. Problem with me, I ain't got a stable diet. I just eat anything, and I don't eat anything I don't like, such as like broccoli, carrots, cabbage, all that kind of crap I hate. Peas, I used to hate peas a lot, when I was younger, when I was like a young kid. My mum used to try to hide the peas in with my like mashed potato or in with my Yorkshire pudding, when we had the Sunday dinner. And I always used to know that she was trying to hide them because it's the way she looks at me. And some of the times I wasn't allowed to leave the table until I ate at least a spoonful of peas. Now I love peas. I don't know why, but I love peas. I don't like mashy peas, but I do like, boiled peas. Love them. The other things I don't like is like pea pods. Running beans. Can't stand running beans. Can't stand carrots because carrots kind of like I'm a slight allergic to them. It makes me itch, and eating a carrot makes me feel sick. Even in some of the foods that I do buy, like some Chinese takeaways actually put carrots in with their special dried rice. And I used to sit there and dig them out. Pot noodles, you got carrots in them sometimes. And like some of the times I used to dig them out, but now I can't be asked. I just like swallow it, and that's it, kind of thing. And hopefully it doesn't make me feel sick. What else is I don't like? Carrots, broccoli, cabbage, runner beans. Parsnips and turnips, I can't stand. No, there's probably a load of stuff I can't fucking stand, but no, if there's something I don't like, I won't eat it, full stop. I do attempt to try and buy something new to try. Over the last couple of years, I have actually bought a couple of bits and pieces which I've never tried before. Like a few weeks ago, when I went to my bush camp here, I actually bought two steaks. All right, you get two in a packet for about £3, I think it was. Yeah, and I thought, well, they look tasty. You know what? I'll buy some of those and I'll take them up there and cook them on my fire. Well, man, I tell you, do not put salt on them because they were fucking covered with salt. You know, when you took a bite, it was so salty. It was like, ugh. And I do want to throw it away because I spent good money out on them, but I did throw at least half of one away out of the two because I just couldn't eat it. It's so salty, man, so salty. So I won't buy those again. What I might do, I've not had fish for a very, very long time, and I mean for a very, very long time. So I might buy a bit of salmon or haddock or something and take up there and see if I can like cook it over an open fire or fry it or something. I don't know. I used to have like fish and chips years and years and years ago. I used to love fish and chips, but now over here, you buy a portion of chips and a bit of cod. It's like £8. £8 for a portion of chips and cod. I used to work in a fish and chip shop when I was younger. Yeah, I worked in there for about 4 or 5 years in total. Yeah, because the shopkeeper had two fish and chip shops. They had one around at Dartford, near the actual Dartford railway station. Yeah, a little small takeaway one, and then they had one which was a restaurant. And I used to work at the restaurant one out in the back shed, peeling all the potatoes and chopping up chips up. I did have to go to the hospital one day because I don't know if it's that scar there, but the chopping machine, which goes like that, chops the chips up, yeah, got jammed. And I thought, fuck, I've got to unjam it now. So I took the top off, and I didn't really have a knife or anything, yeah. And I forgot that sometimes that switch doesn't turn off properly. So there's me digging at the fucking chips, trying to unblock it, and then suddenly the chip went fucking and I chopped my thumb off. I thought, oh fuck, so I kind of held my thumb up. I managed to turn the machine off, went over to the kitchen part, because where I was, you've got the chip shop there, the restaurant, and then you come out at the gate, and then you cross a little kind of road, because at the backside of an industrial, and they had a little shed thing there where I was doing all the chips and, making the batter and stuff like that sometimes. And I've walked over and I've gone in the kitchen and my Auntie May was there. And I said, look, mate. She goes, what you done here, you silly sod? I said, I'll cut my thumb off. She goes, do what? Then the actual owner, I can't think of what the fucking name was now. The owner comes in, she goes, what you done? And I'm fucking standing there. She goes, wash it off. And I'm fucking washing it because it is so painful. I fucking collapsed on the floor past that, didn't I? And I had to ring up the ambulance. The ambulance, instead of the ambulance coming in round the back and picking up from the back, they brought a stretcher in, they through the shop, and then they put me on a stretcher. I'm going through the fucking shop and all blood dripping down everywhere. I bet some of the people thought, oh my God, I ain't got half his thumb in my fucking chips or whatever. But I had to have I think it's about 4 or 5 stitches in that thumb. And I had to take a little bit of time off work to get my thumb healed. And then I went back working there. But this time I went round to the smaller one. And I'll tell you what, seriously, sometimes she would never pay me. I was working there practically nothing sometimes, yeah. Even like my Auntie May. And my mum used to work there, yeah. My mum used to work there as well. And this is true, right? I never hardly got paid. you know, even though I went down there and like, if I had a day off, you know, oh Steve, can you come down? Like John, you know, isn't well, or he had to go somewhere else. You know, can you come down and like, you know, do the chips for us? So I've ended up turning around and saying yes, you know, kind of thing. Sometimes I have to borrow the money off my mum to go down to, you know, go to Dan and do the work. But, you know, she would never pay me. There's times that I threatened to go and report her. Or, you know, I said, right, I'm not coming down and doing any work. I don't care how badly you need me, I'm not coming down. I think there's one time, right, she owed me about 500 quid in wages, right? She goes, oh, I promise I'll pay you next week. I promise I'll pay you next week. I waited 3 months for my money, right? It's well over 500 quid, definitely. And I said to her one day, I said, look, either you go around the bank and get my money, or that's it. I'm chucking the job in. Oh, well, you know, we've got outcomes, you know, we've got to pay all the bills, you know, we've got to pay the other staff. I said, yeah, that's the problem. You're paying all the other stuff, but you're not paying me. She goes, oh, well, I'll try to get something for you. She goes, it might not be the whole 500, but, you know, I'll get something for you. I'll give you what I can get, and then, like, I'll pay you the rest next week. She gave me, like, 70 quid, and I never saw the other money. Never. And I still afford to go down there and work. So I done St. Snidey. I thought, well, you're not going to pay me. Right, okay. I know someone who's actually got a fish store, you know, an actual fish shop that sells like fresh fish. Now, in the shop, yeah, they used to like have deliveries of like packets of cod, you know, rock, skate, and stuff like that. And he used to get more cod than anything else. Sometimes like he over delivered, you know, kind of over ordered. So a couple of times I just like helped myself to a box, went up to my mate's dad's shop and said, "What's the cod there? How much?" And that was worth like about, you know, 50 quid. I used to get about 20, 25 quid for it. I only done it twice because, you know, I was never getting paid for it. I was never getting paid for my fucking work. And eventually I did walk out and never went back down there again. I remember they used to have one guy down there. I can't think what his name is. I think it was Ernie or something like that. He used to work in the small shop before I went to work there. And I heard that he died. And this is a really true story, right? Really true story. When I heard that he died, right, I asked how he died. And they said, oh, you know, he died in his sleep, old age, you know, because it is quite old, you know, 70, 80 odd years old. And I'm talking about when I was about 17, 18 years old. So it's a bloody long time. And instead of going round to the restaurant and, you know, working round in the back doing the chips there, they got me to go down to the small shop, the just a small little takeaway, yeah. Now, where they actually have the chopping machine for the potatoes in here, right, that was actually in the back of the store. And they had like a little shed where you had the potatoes and stored, you know, big bags of potatoes. Like, you know, you're talking big 25, 30 kilo bags of potatoes. Now, the actual chopping machine, right, you've got the shop there, then you've got the kitchen area, then you've got another area where the chop, you know, like the chipper is. But in the centre of the building, you've got like a stairwell going up to like an apartment where Ernie, or whatever his bloody name was, I'm going to just call him Ernie for now, and that's where he lived. Now, I wanted to be nosy one day, so I went up there, and it was quite a nice little place. You know, he had his own separate bathroom, he had his bedroom, and like, you know, his living room kind of thing. Yeah, it was nice, but it smelled a bit funny up there. And I remember one time, right, I was there all on my own. You know, it's like they don't open till about 11 o'clock, the chipper, yeah. I was there around about 9:30, because I had to get, you know, make sure there's enough chips chopped and cut ready for the whole day. So if I finished at 1 o'clock, and they don't shut till 9 o'clock. I had to make sure they had enough potatoes chipped, ready for frying. And what they used to store it in was an old bathtub. And most shops in them days used to have like a bathtub filled with water and the chopping machine on top of the bathtub. And as it's chopping away, the potatoes will fall down into the water, and you have this big scooper thing, and you just scoop them along the bath. And I had to make sure that the whole bathtub was filled with chips. And you had to put this I think it's like, what's it called? I can't pronounce it actually. Minone, some kind of like fluid that it helps to preserve the potatoes from going, red. Or because if you had like a potato that you cut and you left it out, eventually it goes kind of like either a dark brown or reddish colour. Pneumonia. It's some kind of pneumonia stuff they put in, yeah, to help the preserve the potatoes while they're in the water. And I'll tell you, if you open that container up and sniffed it, yeah, whoa, it'll knock you back. I'll tell you, I've done it once and I nearly passed out. It's that strong, and you weren't meant to do that. But anyway, I'm standing one particular day, right? I'm in there cutting potatoes, and I felt like, what the hell was that noise? I thought, and I could hear movement upstairs, and I was fucking petrified. I thought, what the fuck, And I thought it might have been, like the manager, might have been, stayed overnight or something. I don't know. But you could hear all this kind of like weird noises upstairs. So I've gone into the middle section where the stairs are, and I've called out a couple of times, and no answer. No answer. I think this might have been actually being paranormal, my first ever paranormal experience, but I never put it down as paranormal at the time, being 18. But I've kept hearing these weird noises, right? It sounded like someone walking around and moving things. So I thought, no, someone's got to be up there. So I remember going up there, calling out, looked in every room, no one there at all, no one. And that really did freak me out a little bit. And I couldn't really leave because I was still working at the time, I still needed to fill the bathtub up with potatoes, and I had to make sure that I'd done the batter for the actual, batter is what they cover the fish over to make it crispy. It's like flour, water, egg, and something else mixed up, and salt. And I had to make sure there was enough of that as well. And then even that opening time, I had to make sure there's still enough stuff there. So when Eddie, which is the female Eddie, she used to work there, yeah, little tubby woman, really nice she was. I told her about it, and I think she even said that, yeah, that there's times when she heard noises upstairs, but it kind of shoved it off, thinking it's just imagination. I just wondered if it might have been Ernie. It might have been still walking around up there. This is the thing about me, right? I tend to forget a lot of things, right? As I say, my dad died of Alzheimer's and dementia, yeah. I believe my mum's got a touch of dementia, and I think I've got a touch of dementia now. And it's kind of weird that I can't remember things from, yesterday, a couple of weeks ago. And at one time, I couldn't remember anything from years and years ago. But now, some of that stuff from years and years ago has started coming back to me. Why? I don't know. So, some weird things have happened. There's another time where I used to live in Bexley, Jordan's Wood, yeah. You had the mental asylum. Oh, the mental asylum. You had Dartford, mental asylum, and then Jordan's Wood Estate. And I used to live on Amberley Walk. And what I used to do, if I didn't have no way of getting there apart from bus, I had to come down the main road, right? Um, Walk along another road, and there used to be sometimes little gaps in these great big long fence in there, and I used to be able to get into the gap or cross or jump over the fence and walk along these big fields, which was on the actual asylum property. Then you come up to the big buildings where the patients were kept, and as you're going through there, you got like kind of like big dark oak trees, kind of overgrown. Walking through there sometimes was really freaky, man. And there used to be some really crazy, patients in there. And on the odd occasion, Jessica can ask Denise, you know, that asylum world, is like a really weird, really weird asylum. It's not like one of the World War II ones, but it's something similar to that. Yeah, if a patient escaped, that siren would go off. All right, and that is a warning to the public, letting you know that some crazy ass, you know, mental patient has escaped. And then, like, sometimes within an hour or a couple of hours later, it'd go off again. Now, I think there's like sets two different tones. One is like a long tone, letting you know that a patient escaped. Then you had a shorter tone, which meant that the patient's been found and brought back. But if you heard the tone once and you didn't hear it for the rest of the day, that was probably meaning that the bloody patient is still out there somewhere. Now, there's a story about one particular patient who used to escape all the time. And because, it's right beside, Dartford, that side. Dartford is at the back of it. And then you've got, the fields on the other side of it, yeah. Well, one particular person, and I think I've told this story once or twice before, used to escape. And, he's a bit of an alcoholic kind of guy. And he went into the back of the woods and he made his, little kind of like camp now. And he used to set, little booby traps. And, if someone walked through there, they really would have got injured. Because he used to use razor blades and stuff like that, kind of thing. And I don't know if he used to, at one time, fought in Vietnam or somewhere yet, but, he knew a few tricks of, doing these kind of like booby traps, yeah. And some of his traps, apparently, the story, this is the story I heard anyway. He used to put like little booby traps around here using razor blades. And one day he went back to his camp. He was completely pissed out of his brains, plastered, and he set off a booby trap and it kind of went down and chopped off his ear. And he bled to death, apparently. And he weren't found for a couple of days until like a dog walker found him. And they want to know what the death was, or how he died. And they saw on the floor next to his body a severed ear, and next to it was like a little kind of like booby trap kind of thing. So the police had to cordon it off and make sure all these traps have been removed. They took probably a couple of hours, searching and making sure there weren't no more traps around. But that is one story about the Jordan's Wood mental asylum. And me, Aaron, Warren, and Simon has done many investigations there, at least over a dozen. And we always used to class it as like a secret location. And on the 12th session, I thought, why not let people know where we are? And no one's been there. This is going back 3-4 years ago since we last done a event over there. And I put everything on the last video saying Jordan's Wood, Bexley go to this field, crazy activity. No one's been there, I don't think. Yeah. But yeah, you used to have a lot of activity here. Hello everyone, by the way, watching, not reading chat as usual. Smoothie bangers. Yeah, I had like bangers today, as I say, it's beef burgers and gravy in a tin. You get them from Lidl's, I think they're at. No, not Lidl's, Poundland. Get 4 beef burgers and gravy for £1 in Poundland. And I bought 2 tins. I had a tin the other week. Then I had half a tin last week. And I thought, well, what am I going to have tonight? I've got ham and cheese and bread. I can have a sandwich. Or I could have the rest of the pork, which I've not cooked yet, and have some rice with that. But I didn't really want to get the frying pan out. So I looked in the fridge and I noticed I still had half a tin of sausage, half a tin of beef burgers and gravy, and half a pouch of Mexican rice. So I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll have that, which I did do. And then after I had chocolate chip ice cream with tin fruit. And at the moment, I'm drinking orange juice. Because I couldn't be bothered making any coffee. So there's my orange juice. Quite nice, actually. I buy this from Lidl, this orange juice. One of those big bottle things, about 89p or whatever. 2 litre bottle, I think it is. And I'm still going through the first bottle still. Hello, Observer. Hello, Gypsy. What else can I think about in my past years? Don't sit down, you. You really annoyed me today. She kept meowing, right? I think she was hungry, but she never eats half her fucking food anyway, yeah? She lets it stay there and it kind of like dries up or goes a bit kind of like sticky. I don't know what she does with her fucking food. But I went out there because she kept meowing. And sometimes she kind of pukes up out there and I don't realise. And like she's just ran straight in my way, nearly tripped me over. I had half a cup of coffee, which was stone cold in my hand. The cup went up like that. Half the coffee, which was in my bloody cup, went flying across the floor. So I shouted at her. She ran in here. I had to clear the coffee up off the floor. Then I had to find her, because I bought her a new food bowl as well. So I got a new food bowl out, and usually those food bowls have like stickers inside them, and those stickers can be a bloody pain in the ass to get out. So I put the kettle on, thinking that the sticker would be a bit of an issue getting out, because when you pull them out, half the stickers still get stuck in there. But this time, it actually came out in one piece. So I threw her old food bowl away and gave her a new one, because the old one's getting a bit gotty anyway. I was thinking about buying a new scratch frame, but I don't think I will. She keeps being a pain in the ass. Oh, I'll tell you, I really felt like getting rid of her the last couple of weeks. Just been a right pain in the ass as cat lately. But yeah, what else? What else happened in the past? I think I told you a story about me and my sister, didn't I? In Jordan's Wood, watching that horror movie one day. It's about some kind of stalker stalking this woman. He goes around. The movie was about a woman, who's been followed by some kind of crazed fucking Axeman killer or whatever. And he's intent to get into her house and murder her. Well, we was watching this movie, me and my sister Sandra, my mum and dad, and, my other 2 sisters had gone to my nan's, I think it was, yeah. So we was home alone. And as we was watching this movie, on the movie, this kind of like crazed maniac was it the word? Gets so hard trying to think of the words right. Prowling around this house, yeah. And as it was on the movie, right, the guy tripped over something and hit the window. Like, you can hear a thud on the window, yeah. And just that happened on TV. Me and my sister was sitting there watching it, And seriously, no bullshit, yeah. A thud happened on our window. Fucking made us jump out of our own skins, I tell you, man. It wasn't imagination, yeah. So my sister told me, get up, find out what it is. Look. So I did actually have to get up. You got the living room with 2 doors, right? Or 3 doors actually. You got the living room. The TV is at the back, and behind the TV you got like a spare cupboard for like storage. Next to that, you got the door that goes out to the back door and the toilet, and then goes into the kitchen. This door goes out into the hallway, upstairs, past the front door, and into the kitchen. So, and this is another true story here. I don't need to fucking lie to you. So anyway, we heard this thump, yeah. So my sister started panicking, So I decided, brave it up a little bit. I've gone in the kitchen. I've grabbed a knife, big fucking knife, one of those bread carving knife things. And she's telling me look out the window. And I was kind of scared myself to look out the window, but I looked out the kitchen window, nothing there. Looked out the back kitchen window, nothing there. So I've came out to the hallway, to the back door. She's going, checking the garden. So I'm thinking, well, I've got a knife, if anything's going to fucking jump at me, I'll just stab the cunt. Or whatever it is. Now, we did have a dog, and we had a cat, and it wasn't him. We had little Anna, and we had a cat. I can't remember the cat's name. But anyway, I've opened the back door, and I've kind of creeped outside, and it was dark. It was bloody dark. Around about 9 o'clock at night. My mum, my dad, my other 2 sisters were, at my nan's, as I say. So I've gone out, looking around, couldn't find nothing, come back in, locked the back door, put the knife back in the drawer in the kitchen, and we'd gone back to watch the TV. Now, we don't know what happened in that small amount of time, but we sat back down, thinking, it's just our imagination. Now, on the TV, somehow the guy on the movie had got into the house, and he was able to somehow get into the woman's closet in her bedroom. Now, as we were sitting there watching, he kind of knocked something over in the closet and startled a woman on the actual movie. And as it happened, would you believe, no bullshit, something in the cupboard behind the TV fell and startled me and my sister. We was fucking shitting bricks, I tell you, man. And we're looking at each other. I ran out, got the fucking knife, and I think, well, how can anything get in there, You'll get in the house, pull the TV out of the way, and get into the cupboard that way. But anyway, like I did, I've gone out in the kitchen, got the knife. I pulled the fucking the TV out, and I said, if anything happens to me, I'm going to blame you. And I've opened the door slowly and carefully, and in the cupboard, you got the door, and you can go left or right. It's probably about 20 feet long, something like that. And you have to put your hand in to actually feel for the light. And I'm going that. I've got a knife there, and I'm putting my hand around. I'm feeling for the actual switch, and I'm sure I felt something brushed my hand, and I can't look them like that. And I put my hand back in, and I turned the light on, looked in there, nothing. All it was a box that had fallen down. But we couldn't think how that box fell down because it had been sitting there for years. So unless it could have been the vibration of the movie, but we still can understand it. Also, we decided just to shut the fucking door and not watch the movie anymore in case something else fucking started up. But I remember that. That was fucking creepy. That was. Now, paranormal. I can't class it as paranormal. It's just probably our mind, imagination. When you're watching things, kind of thing, it does kind of put the spooks on you. But that's two things that happened in my past. That I can't really put as paranormal, but it's freaky, bloody freaky. Anything else I can think of? No. I think the freakiest thing that's happened to me when I've been into the paranormal is when I was at Pete's house. First time I went to Pete's and done an investigation in his house. He told me to sleep on a settee, and I was trying to get there. Even here at home, when I try to get sleep, I can't sleep. I find if I put a blanket over my head, I seem to drop off a bit quicker. And this is actually on video, as proof. This one is I'm not saying the other two are fake, they were real, but this one's even more 100%, positivity, true story. If Pete was here, he'd back me up, but I've not spoken to Pete for a couple of years now. But when I did go down there, and I've been down there several times, but the first time I went down there, I was sleeping on the settee, and I was just dozing off, and this fucking tin can from his shelf came flying off the roof, off the shelf, and hit my foot. I've kind of looked up. I'm screaming out, Pete, 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 Pete. He comes running downstairs, after a few minutes, and goes, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" I told him. And he's more concerned about his fucking Elvis Presley, collectible tin. And he goes, "Oh, don't worry. It ain't, it won't hurt you. If it was something that for you, it's not going to hurt you. You'll be okay. It won't happen again. Just go to sleep. If anything does happen, just call me again." So, I kind of put a brave face on, thinking, all right, maybe it's just a freak accident. Maybe it wasn't put on the shelf properly. Maybe it just fell down. Again, maybe a bit of vibration or something. But I'm laying there again, and within half an hour, trying to get to sleep, I was just about to kind of doze off, and again, bang, 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 bang. Not just the tin came flying down, but about 3 or 4 other things came flying off the shelf at me. And I've called Pete. I said, "No, fucking this, I ain't gonna, I ain't staying here. If I have to pay for a taxi, bring me a taxi." He said, "No, you won't have any." I said, "No, I'm going home." Pete goes, "Look, I'll tell you what, go upstairs and sleep in my son's room." And his son's 18 anyway. So I went up there and I slept on the floor, and the rest of the night was okay. But Pete's got what I've got, CCTV, and there's video evidence where it happened twice. He actually caught it on CCTV, not just the first one with one tin coming down, but the second time when 3 or 4 items came flying down. It was fucking creepy as hell, I tell you. If I was one who would probably shit myself that easy, I would have shit myself. But the first time it happened, I thought, maybe it might be been vibration or something, or maybe it wasn't set on the shelf properly, and it just fell down. But the second time, when you see several things come flying down at you, nah. And Pete's we had a lot of activity at Pete's house, man. Lots of activity. Sometimes I was dreading going there, but sometimes I really ready and willing and hoping to get down again. But I think Pete's moved now from that location, and he says his new house is quite active as well, actually. And I think the reason why, because spirits do follow you around, and I think Pete was one of those people who conjured up a lot of spiritual stuff. When we're doing the ghost box and stuff like that, we are actually conjuring up the spirit. We are trying to communicate with the spirits, aren't we? But Pete does it a different way, kind of thing. We even done his dad's house, and that was fucking creepy sometimes. Pete actually got a picture of an old hag, which we believe is an old witch. peering seriously halfway out of a closed bedroom door. And, you know, he caught it on one of these cameras. And this has got night vision on. And I still got that picture somewhere. So I had to get Pete to tell me what camera it was. And I bought one of these cameras, exactly the same one as these, yeah. And the amount of things I've caught on this camera in the living room with my mirror, that's been kind of crazy as well, actually. Not really caught much in here lately because it's been very quiet. I found all the batteries of this the other day and charged them all up. What I like doing is using the flash on them, especially in the living room. I don't think this one's got. I'm not sure how to put the flash on this one now. I can't remember. I don't know if it actually works with there's the flash on this one. Flash sync cannot be charged. No, I think you can only use flash on normal mode. Yeah. Yeah, remember when I used to do this in here quite a lot and used to like show you things that we found on here? Can't remember how to turn the bloody thing on to review. Oh, there we go. See if we've got anything. I actually put a new memory card in this one. What the hell's going on? Yeah, I put a new memory card and I've got like 7 batteries of this. What the fuck is that? Oh. Well, that's just one of the pictures I just took and it looks like a face there. I don't know. I do this fucking camera shit. I ain't gonna see it. Let's turn the coffee off a minute. Yeah, I'll go make coffee in a minute. No, can't see it. Yeah. I thought I formatted this. I've got old pictures on it from the living room, I think. Yeah. I thought I formatted this picture. This. Yeah, I still got orange juice to drink. Hello, Panther. Long time no see. Right, so sorry, I'm not reading chat. Let's turn the light back on. Time at 11, 5 past 11. Well, I've been on about an hour, I think, haven't I? So nice. Yeah, an hour. So, Monday, tomorrow I plan to go and buy some bits. I think I know a better way of doing my door at my bush camp, because I'm using thicker branches and they kind of like leave great big gaps. I remembered that in the pound lane you can buy these like little rolls of like little twigs. It's like a little garden, mini garden fencing thing. So tomorrow I'm thinking about going to go up there and buy 4 of those. That should be enough to cover the door. Take the old ones off, or I might actually consider about redoing the door. But if I redo the door the way I want to do it, I need to get some more brackets, and I don't have the brackets. So trying to do it the way as it is and taking it all off and taking all that mud off, and I would need to put like a centre branch down the middle to make it a bit more secure, and then I can like put those like 4 little mini fences. I might have to be by 5 actually, to be on the safe side. But they're good, you know. I had a couple before, and they're really good, you know. It's like tinder. I think I might still have one here actually. Ow. Yeah, I've got one here. Oh, it's the long one. I'm going to get that out. Mind you, I might get that out tomorrow. I've got one which is like the twigs are about that long. And they're standing there behind a load of stuff. So I might pull that stuff out and get that long one out. So I might be able to use that for something. I mainly bought them for, you know, when I was doing my woodworking one time, but I stopped doing the woodworking. So it's a bit of a failed hobby. But I'm probably going to start doing that woodworking up again, because I want to make some more of my planchettes. I did have a couple here yesterday. I've gone bloody lost them again now. I think they might be in this one of these drawers. You know what? Okay. Let's stick the old ghost box on for 5 minutes. Let's say a quick ghost box session. Here's Miss Sand, little Amiga. Band FM. What one's that? That's AM. Medium wave. Hello? Hello? Any spirits around? No, it's medium wave. Hello? Any spirit people around?
When you working with football?
I'm with you, right? I'm sure that you said, yeah, I'm with you. Why? Who's with me?
With a change from.
Can you give me a name, a spirit person's name? Is Abby or Tina still around? Yes or no?
Really intensely together.
I think that suggests, yeah, we're still together. Is Abby and Tina still around? Simple yes or no?
I'm naughty.
Can you say Abby or Tina's name, please?
Got his lockdown mixtape.
There is these things, but
Hello, sorry, Ghost Hunters. It's the place where I'm actually building my bushcraft, my temporary shelter. Can you tell me if that's haunted or not? Is there any kind of like spiritual energies around there? Yes or no?
within the mental health.
Yeah, I've got mental health.
He wrote some music. Maker and I listening in. Life expectancy for playing.
Rescheduled their headline tour.
Hello? Fingers, you've got to tune this one in just right. You get the sweep working properly. Hello? So you got the tune here, the sweep there, where you just manually sweep it in, try to get a decent speed. So I don't want to put it in between where the music shit is. So that's where the sound's foisting. Then you've got to try to get it so. Got to try to get it so the voice ain't so broken up as badly. Hello? Anybody around? Can you try to use the frequencies? So I dealt with the sweep one this year, but the rest of it I built myself, and I still don't know how to fucking work it properly. So it's trying to get the sweep and the actual tune, the actual tuning just right. Sometimes I get it with no problem. Sometimes it's bloody pain in the ass trying to do it. Hello? Anyone around? Come and say hello.
Anyway.
The West.
What's happening in the world?
Yeah, ADT.
No, I'm not going to move on to that topic. See, a lot of people at the moment, right, in the paranormal, they're doing ghost boxes, and they're going to be asking about the coronavirus. Yeah, we're going to get a shitload of stuff coming through the ghost box, talking about the coronavirus, and it ain't going to be spirits. It's going to be fucking like, all the news media, all the radio stations are constantly talking about it all the time. So until the coronavirus is over and done with, I don't think it's even worth trying to ask, spirits in the spirit world about the coronavirus. So I could turn around and say, right, how many real deaths have been done by the coronavirus? And you might still hear, like 22,000. Well, that's what they say in the media, on radio shows, 22,000. Still don't believe that it's that amount. I think they add in on top to make it more than it's supposed to be, kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure they're still actually adding natural causes onto that number as well.
That's weird. Bring back
Right, come on, spirit name, please. I want to hear a spirit name.
Sick of the 2005. Venus, it's the same.
Say about 2005. Did you die in 2005?
I had to sing along.
Social distancing
Yeah, I just heard social distancing.
among the jobs.
Come out on the show.
I think I got time for a time.
So you're going to Hello, Hyde.
It's June. What's 15 back?
Mr. Orange, I'm scanning on FM
That is-
on one of the ghost boxes I hacked myself years ago. I had several of these. I gave a couple of ways to Living Dead Paranormal. Can't get these anywhere anymore. I tried looking, even last night, I tried looking for a couple more, but it's your Amiga model 2503. If you do a search, you might see one picture of it up from some website, but they're at a stock. I did see one that was advertised on eBay, I think, Chinese site. But then when I clicked on it, it said out of stock, but it said 5 in stock. As soon as you click on it to add it, it says out of stock. So, but yeah, I'm using FM. Living Dead Paranormal uses medium wave because they've got FM and medium wave on here. And they always use medium wave, and they get crazy stuff coming through medium wave. Hello.
Now, what? That's right. Let's be.
Look, because I've got Arsenal, Chelsea. Don't mean I support football. I don't support football at all. I can't stand football. The reason I've got the football blanket is because it used to be my son's, and it's a warm blanket, and he was going to throw it away, so I took it off him, and I keep it as a warm blanket. Football, I can't stand. Hello. Can you at least say hello? I want to hear hello.
That was love.
Come on, let's try and make a wave.
Doing something.
Hello.
I was
Hello. Anyone around? These spirits can use white noise and static. Unfortunately. I'm tired. Anyone? I just thought I heard a knock behind me. Then I ain't the cat because she's in the hallway on her bed, scratch frame sleeping. And I'm not near nothing on there anyway, so all you're going to hear is about the fucking coronavirus and music playing. And well, I'll tell you one thing I noticed now, which I don't understand, is that when I turn K2 meter on here, It's not that. I think it might just be my phone, actually. Yeah, I think it's the phone. But usually it doesn't set it off like, you know. I'll turn this one off. On. It does. Not as bad, though. Let's just move the phone out of the way a minute. Now, look, I've moved the phone away, and there's nothing else there. So it's not the phone. Seems to be here all the time. It's not the speaker down here. There's nothing in the drawer, just like trash, cables, and it's not that old phone because that's not even turned on. So there's something is setting this off, and I don't know what it is. Tried debunking it all yesterday. Still couldn't find out what it was doing. Could be my Wi-Fi box, maybe. Might try one day when I feel like and I've got the energy, moving those two here and that over that way a little bit. And that way it won't interact with the... So I think it's the actual Wi-Fi that's doing it. If I move my Wi-Fi out of the way, which I'll do because otherwise I'll pull it out too much, disconnect the internet. Hello, Paranormal Talk Radio. We'll have to do a live stream one day. I think you sent me a message saying that, you know, fancy doing a live stream again together. Yeah, we should do that one day, mate. Use StreamYard to do it. Get back and doing some of the old paranormal together. I think that's what I probably rather want to do, actually, do some like live streams with people before I start getting back doing my own live streaming. Oh, me. Oh, just had a cat meowing next to me, but she's not in here. She's in the fucking hallway. Yeah, we'll have to do that one day. I don't know when. I'll send you a message on Facebook when I feel like doing one, and if you're up for it, then we'll do a live stream on your channel one day. But we'll have to do it through StreamYard. I don't think Google Hangouts are still working because I closed it down, didn't they? So I don't know if it works or not. Hello, Darren. Whereabouts in Surrey are you, Surrey Ghost Hunters? You've only got one video. Come on, man, you need to get more videos up. I'll subscribe to you anyway. I wonder if so I can't get to each channel anymore. Don't know, it's all on. Don't even know what Paranormal Man's channel was. So look under P. Got over 900 fucking channels subscribed, I have. And OP, Paranormal. No, I think you must have closed your channel down because I'm not seeing it on the list any of them. I found my glasses yesterday as well down the back of the cupboard, but they're not the right ones. If I move forward to this screen, I can see the screen and the text a lot more better. But if I kind of like move away, it's kind of like really hard to see. It's really blurry. If I sit back this close, I can read it, but it's slightly blurry. So these ain't the ones I was supposed to be wearing. That's another thing I need to do is get my eyes sorted out again, get some more glasses. I normally have to pay like a quarter of the cost, but until this pandemic is moved away from us and everyone's got back into the life and life's back to normal, then I might be able to get me eyes done. Yeah. So that's what I want to do, is start getting back to doing like some live streams with people. I'm a bit really kind of like concerned that, you know, people might not want me doing it and start trouble up again. You know, if the other person I'm going to stream with is understandable and think, well, screw all the haters out there, and they're willing to do a stream with me, then great. But I don't want it affecting different channels and like having problems for them. So we'll have to see how it goes, I suppose. Well, hello, Wayne. I think that's Wayne, Paralogical. I'm not saying going to, but no hate, no drama, no bullshit, any of you. Otherwise, I'll kick you off. And I'm not saying it because you just came in. I'm saying it to anyone. I'm trying to keep my channel clean and free from all the hate and drama shit now. Just hope Tuesday ain't going to be a waste of fucking time again. I should try and ring them up tomorrow, actually. Is tomorrow bank holiday, Monday? Is it a bank holiday tomorrow, or is it just a normal day? If there is a normal day, I can ring them up and find out if it's still going ahead for Tuesday. If it ain't, then I won't need to go. I need to know by tomorrow. But I don't know if tomorrow's bank holiday Monday or not. I think the 8th is a bank holiday, in it, or the 9th. So they did say they was going to change the bank holiday day over this month, didn't they, for some reason? Hello, Darren. Yeah, well, I'll try to get up early and try to get the phone number to the place I'm supposed to be going on Tuesday and ring them up and find out if it's still meant to be going on for Tuesday. If it ain't, then I won't have to turn up. I went there last fucking month and it got cancelled off because of the fucking virus and they're only seeing certain people at the time. But when I went there, they did say it's booked for Tuesday, the 5th. You know, if it's still going on like it is now, then I might decide to cancel it again. No, well, I'm going to make a coffee, get rid of this orange, make myself coffee. Back in a minute. Oh dear. Oh dear, wait a minute, I've got to take this out. I keep forgetting to take the trash out every time I go out. I need to sort my gear out. Might do a live stream one day, doing an update on all my gear. I've got boxes and those metal container boxes over there with all gear in it. I've got gear over there, I've got gear in the drawer, I've got gear in that drawer. Got like 6 digital cameras. Got gear everywhere. Hello, Jamie boy. Yeah, me and Jamie's going to have to sort something out. Meet up with each other after this crap's over and done with, this social distancing. It's nice to meet up with Jamie. When was it? 2 years ago? Kept saying about meeting up. And one day I decided to go for a hike on my little nature walks, and I'm heading up past Hatbridge. So I started off at College Wood, walked along the River Wandle all the way up towards Hatbridge. I wanted to go further, so I kept following the river, and I know that there's a wildlife reserve past Hatbridge, so I was just going to head up that way and have another little walk around there. And I could hear someone going, "Wait, is that you, Steve?" And I thought, did someone just mention my name? I turned around and goes, "It's me, Jamie boy." I went, "Oh, hello." So we actually met up by mistake, accidental mistake. But it was good meeting up with him. We had a little walk around the nature reserve. He went his way, I went my way, eventually. I had to walk all the way back. I mean, it's a time when all the blackberries were out. So I can't wait until the blackberries come out, because I want to start doing some little videos on, like, blackberry picking and like making blackberry juice. Because when I was there that time, I picked a load of blackberries there, and I must have hit a couple hundred, and I got floated. I felt sick, but I bought like a bottle of I filled up an empty bottle of blackberries, and I bought them home, and all the juices were like leaking inside the bowl, so I poured that out. Then I poured all the blackberries out into a bowl, gave them a quick rinse, only a quick one because I didn't want all the juices like escaping. I think I might have used one of those strainers as well, and I kind of like washed all the juice into another cup, and then I got the blackberries and I kind of like mushed them up and got all the juices out of what was left of the blackberries, threw the crap away, and all the juices I've put into one cup, and I made my own blackberry juice, and it's really nice, I'll tell you, man, really nice. I've not seen no wild strawberries or wild raspberries anywhere. Now, there are like what are they called? Blueberries, but you've got 2 or 3 different kind of blueberries, and I wasn't sure which one you can actually eat. So I wanted to like start learning about that kind of stuff. Now I've got some books here on which I bought eBay a couple months ago, like the Lanier's Essential Bushcraft Edible Mushroom. I still wouldn't probably pick any mushrooms. I'd just buy mushrooms from the shopping centre. But I've seen some mushrooms like on a tree, but I think it's like fungi. and I don't think you can actually eat that fungi. Really big, fat stuff. But it's got here about, wild plants and dandelions and stuff like that. Now, where I am, all the stinging nettles are growing up. So, I've seen a lot of videos on, how to, make sting nettle tea. If you pull the roots out, apparently, yeah, and clean the roots off, you can grind the roots up and make sting nettle coffee. But with the leaves, it's more like a tea. And I was talking to my landowner, Ron, the other day about it. He goes, yeah, you know what, Steve, I've never tried sting nettle tea, but I thought about, doing it one day. So, one day, when I actually watch one or two more videos on how to actually make it, I'll probably do a little video on making sting nettle tea and maybe sting nettle coffee. You can actually make dandelion tea as well. A lot of the plants that are growing are meant to be edible, but there are some stuff which can be very toxic and poisonous. So that's why I bought this book, Food from the Wild. So what I want to do one day is I don't want to go to my camp and build. I want to walk around the actual woodlands and find some that are edibles and do a video on them, and then maybe take them back to my shelter and cook them, eat them, drink them. We've got loads of different kind of plants here. Some of them are like red plants and brown plants, and you think, well, is that really edible? And you've got seaweed. Yeah, look, dandelion. You can have, what was it? It gives you all about, the habitat, the size, the harvesting, and what it's good for. Got goat's beard, or Jack go to bed at noon, what is also known as. Fennel. Got weird ones called arrowhead and early purple orchard. Satisfy, wild parsnip, pig nut off earth nut. You know what I can't wait to find? I just hope I can find some. Those chestnuts. Oh, chestnuts, man. I used to love those chestnuts when I was a young kid. I used to go to the old bonfire nights with my mum and dad. And, I used to get a portion of chestnuts cooked on the old open fire or on a barbecue spit or something like that. Used to bite into them and eat the nut. Oh, lovely. Lovely, man. So they've got several different types of nettle. You got the white dead nettle, you got the sting nettle, and then you got some other nettle. On one of my videos, I kept going up to a tree and I'm asking people to leave a comment. Is that pine? Is it a pine tree, or is it a fern tree? And is it, are you able to boil the plant, the leaves on there and make a tea out of them? So I'm not sure if it's a pine or fern. Common nettle. I think that's it. I'm not sure if it's a common nettle. Hop, lime. Well, I'd love to find some wild strawberries and wild raspberries, man. Oh, yeah. What's that one? Walnut. Love to find a walnut tree. But I don't think there is any walnut trees around here. So on the way down to where I'll go, there is a well, it's all right, like a farmland, but they don't do farming as in animals. They actually plant Christmas trees. Yeah, bilberry or hornthornberry. You can eat those ones. Gooseberries you can eat. Red currant, black currant, raspberry, wild strawberry, blackberry or bramble, cloudberry, cranberry, so many different plants that you can eat out there. You're supposed to, you are meant to, you can actually eat crab apple, but you're not meant to eat more than, you know, one or two, because like it's kind of a really soury kind of apple, and it doesn't really apparently agree with your indigestion. Cherry plum, love plums. Now elderberry, Oregon grapes, blue ice, wild cherry. So yeah, so one day I'm going to go up there, and I'm not going to do no base building whatsoever. I'm just going to have a walk around, take my book, and see if I can find some of this stuff in there, and pick some, and then bring it home and do a little video. Oh, there you go with the fucking troll again. Hello, Andrew. Just block the fucking trolls, yeah. I can see it coming up on the screen. Put them on hide the user. All right, what was he saying? Yeah, July 2018, 2 years ago. I remember that. Fucking surprised, you know, we've been talking about, you know, meeting up. I didn't think we'd ever meet up, and suddenly I'm walking down the road, you know, heading towards the, what's the name? I go, Steve, is that you, Steve? Well, who the fuck's that? And I turned around and I thought, oh, no, it is you, Steve. I thought, who the hell's that? He goes, me, Jamie boy. I thought, fucking hell, okay, hello. Should have let me know. Next time you're in this area, let me know. Fuck social distancing. As long as we're 2 meters away from each other. If you're ever down this way again, let me know and I'll try to meet up with you. I saw something on my 2 things just now. Probably bugs just flying around at night time. That's not a bug. That is I think that's probably a bit of a spider web on the camera. Oh, by the way, I stuck another one of those cakes out, which someone sent me not long ago. The birds like those cakes. I stuck one out one day. You know, just one. I broke it into 3 pieces, stuck it on the balcony wall, and within the morning, well, in the afternoon, they'd all gone, all 3 bits. So I went out there again today, and I stuck another one out there. I still got about fucking 35 of them bloody cakes. You know, there's a few bugs out there tonight. Right. Well, I think you live on near Hatbridge, Wanton, don't you? So I'm heading up that way. No, as I say, I can't give you like where I actually go, so I don't want people finding where I go and trying to follow me around and burn me fucking shelter down, which I've spent 21 days building. 21 days, fucking hell, man. Just uploaded yesterday's episode, last night, episode 21. 21 days I've spent building that. Not complete whole days, from morning to crack of dawn. It's 3-4 hours a day. But, it still seems like a whole bloody day when you've been up there. So sometimes I'll get up there for about 8-9 o'clock time, First thing I do now is go in, get my gear sorted out, make a fire, and make a cup of coffee. I always make a cup of coffee before I start doing any kind of construction work on my shelter. And, a fire takes, 5 minutes to get a good flame up. Then I have to, make sure I've got water in the kettle, put the kettle on, make sure I've got my cup, my coffee, my spoon and my sugar. Because sometimes I tend to forget the bloody things. Yesterday I noticed that I've got a little friend in my shelter. Not seen it yet, but little bugger ate away half my bloody coffee sachets. 2 of them. I had 5 sachets of coffee, and 2 of the sachets have been chewed open, possibly by a field mouse. So tomorrow, well, I don't really want to do it, which I might not do, I don't know. I was thinking about getting a couple of mouse traps, actually, and setting a few traps off. But if it's going to be kind of underneath my bed bench, my storage, then I still got to be a bit careful, because when I do stay there overnight, I don't want it creeping up and crawling all over me and probably chewing at my ears and my nose or something like that. So I might have to get 1 or 2 mouse traps. They're on the safe side. Yeah. I left a little kind of Irishman toy up there yesterday as well, which I think you might have seen on video. Left it up there, stuck on the back wall. Left it up there's my little mascot looking after my camp. Maybe the mouse might find him and chew him up, don't know. But I've got to get a container as well, a good container to put my coffee in, my little coffee sachets, so the mouse won't get into it and start chewing him up. Because you don't know what diseases mice carry. I don't want to be using a coffee that's been chewed open by a mouse and drinking the damn thing. One of the bags actually feel kind of a little bit wet, sticky. I don't know if that might be mouse wee, or if it might have been where we had that rain and a bit of water's got into the the bag where the sachets were, and it leaked into that open one, and a bit of coffee came out and made it sticky. I don't know, but make sure I wash my hands after picking that one up. Got to get myself a little bin or something as well. You might say, well, why do you need your bin? Just burn it. Well, some things you can't burn, especially tins and cans and stuff like that. So that I need to get a little bin, or I know I need to get some bin liners. Because what I'm going to do up there, which I saw on video, where a guy bought some bin liners and he filled them in with one video used just dry leaves off the floor, but dry leaves, you just don't know what might be on those dry leaves, ants, spiders, insect eggs that could later hatch and infest it. But what some people were doing was using bin liners and filling them up and putting them on their actual homemade bed structure and using it as like a mattress. So that's what I might do. Take a few what's names up with me, bin liners, and fill them up and use them as like a mattress kind of thing. Now I need to get some more. I know where I've got to go tomorrow. I've got to go to home base tomorrow, because what I've been using when I've been covering the holes up in my wall, the gaps, I've been using mud, hay, a bit of plaster of Paris, and sand. Now I've practically run out of plaster of Paris and sand, so what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I might nip over to home base and buy a 20-kilo bag of cement, and then I'll just sprinkle a handful or two of cement in each bucket of mud hay I'll be making, so that way it'll bond to the actual wood a lot more easier. So I'm having a lot of problems with that door at the moment. The mud just keeps falling off the damn thing. So next time I'm up there, I might consider about redoing the door. I don't think I've got enough to actually do the door. I do need some more, what are they called? Not latches. I like latches. Things that hold the door from one side to the frame. You know what I mean. I need to get some more of those actually. So I can't take the ones off which I'm already using because they've bloody been nailed in. And I tried to take them off with my hammer, my claw grip hammer, but couldn't do it. So I know Poundland don't have them. Brackets. That's what I need. Some more brackets. So I need some more brackets. I've got the wood I can use for the frame. And tomorrow, as I say, I might nip up to Poundland and buy some of those little mini kind of wooden fencing, buy 4 or 5 of those, and then I can use those for the door instead of using the stuff I'm using at the moment, because it's going to be a lot more lighter that way as well. And if some of you guys don't know what I'm on about, I do bushcrafting. I'll go up on some I'll go on some land, private land, which I've got permission to do. Originally got it when I was metal detecting up there. I asked the landowner if I could do some bushcrafting up there, build a shelter, so when I'm up there metal detecting at any time it starts raining, I've got somewhere to go. Now I could go in one of the horse paddocks, like the little horse shelters, but I don't want to be going in there because they, really stink of horses and manure. So the landowner said, yeah, knock yourself out, do whatever you want to do. So I built myself a shelter, little cabin. Not finished it. I still say with the walls I've got to do and cover, with the mud, hay, and possibly a bit of cement now. I've got 3.5 walls to do still. That's just on the outside. Now, if I do the inside, that's going to take another couple of months to do. So, you're still talking about, in total, if I got there once a week, Depends on how much I do up there each week. You're still talking about 2 or 3 months of work to be done up there. That's like 12 weeks of actually getting it completed. And then once the shelter's all done and over with, I'm going to be building myself a little kind of like firewood storage shelter thing on the side of it. And then after that, a little corral fencing around my camp, because the horses, well, not horses, I like ponies. They keep coming over and shitting near me, near my building. So I'm going to build a little fence structure around it, keep the horses out. And hopefully I'm going to be trying to clear a little section. So I might try to do my own little garden. Make some, plant some veggies or something. Never had a garden, never really done any like planting. So it'd be a new little experience for me to do. So I'll probably do that. I want to build myself a little bench and maybe a table as well for outside. I'll make it kind of like really homely. My little place of like sanction, my little sanction. Yeah, that's definitely a spider web on the camera outside. I did order some brackets and I took them up with me. And I thought, well, hang on, I might need some more. So I was going to use the brackets for shutters I was going to build as well. Because if you've been watching my video where the fire pit is, the fireplace I built, just above it you got that little window which I made with the cross on it, So you got like 4 little mini windows in one thing, and you can just put your hand through that, no problem. There's no glass or anything. What I was thinking about doing is actually putting some plastic covering on the inside and outside, and just like tacking it down. But I also was thinking of making myself a little fold down shutter. And then on the other side, as you probably saw on yesterday's video, there's another little kind of, a gap that big, which I'm going to use as the window as well. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put a cross thing across it, but I'm going to be putting plastic sheeting around it, so that, you ain't going to get the cold air coming in so much. And I want to make a shut for that one as well. But I need more brackets. So I need at least 6 more brackets. And Poundland don't do them. They do like, the bolts, side across bolts. And they do like a single latch with like a little attachment where it's like a little shutter latch kind of thing, and you put like a padlock on it. I don't have one here with me. I've took them all up to my camp. Maybe I should have a look in my bag where I put all the stuff in there, all my, like my nails and screws and screwdrivers and stuff like. There could probably still be some bracket. I forgot again. There could be some more. There could be 2 brackets in there, but I don't know. I'm sure I had 4 with me. I'll use 2. I know where there's one big one, but that's way too big, and that's outside on the floor near the wood pile. But I've got so much I need to still do up there. It's bloody hard work. It's timing work as well. It's strenuous work. Right, the reason why I'd done it was to get out, get out and do something, trying to get myself, better. Also trying to get some of that strength back and a bit of muscle in my arms and help with my medical condition, my stress, anxiety, depression, all that kind of stuff. I suppose it is helping in one way, but it's stressful when things go wrong as well, kind of thing. You feel like, oh fuck, I can't be bothered with that now. And like when I first made that door, oh fuck me, man. 3 attempts I think I'd done on that door on that one day. And I was practically going to give up. I really was going to give up on the door. But I thought, well, I'm going to need a door. You can't give up if you need a door. Otherwise, you ain't got no door. Anyone's going to be able to walk in and that kind of stuff, Originally, I used to leave all my tools, like my hammer, my saws, my knives, my axes. I've got like 2 axes up there. I've got 2 saws up there. I've got knives up there. I've got a few other bits and pieces up there, tool-wise. And I used to put them all in the bag and carry them over to Ron's sheds and used to leave them in one of his sheds overnight. But now I've actually got the door there. I don't bother taking them over there. I just put them in my little kind of bed bench storage thing. Although they still need a little bit of work to do on storage, because where I've got that fold down bit where I padlock it, that has actually come apart. So I need to hammer that back in with some longer nails, and I just can't get the nails. Last time I ordered some nails on eBay, they never came through. So I had to put a complaint in, and the guy said, well, I'm sorry, but, because of this, forest going around, we're not shipping anything out, for at least 4 weeks. And I said, well, you could have fucking told me, put it on your eBay listing, so people would know. So I had to get my money back, and I need 150 mil, or 125 and 150 mil size nails. Now you think, well, why do you need a nail that big? Because some of the wood that I'm using is really thick, and you need thicker wood, because otherwise you're going to use thin wood. It's just going to keep splitting. And many times, I've been using, thinner wood, and it's just split. It's no good. So when you're making a door frame, you need a good chunky piece of wood about that thickness, and hammer, the door framing. And I tried using screws to screw the brackets in, but I ain't got a decent enough screwdriver. That's why I bought one of these, which I've got to take up with me and take some smaller screw bits with me. I've got a new one of these somewhere. I can just buy a brand new one of these. They're only £1. So it's going to be easier for me to drill into the hole and then use a screwdriver. So I've got a rechargeable screwdriver, but sometimes it goes rather flat quickly because it's got a little switch on it, which has got a little light on, and that switch turns on by itself sometimes, or it gets knocked on by itself accidentally and flattens the battery. So I've got to get myself a couple of decent screwdrivers, another box of these, and I'm going to take that up there with me and leave that up there. That was only £4 on eBay, I think. No, Amazon, about $4.50 that was. Not with the actual screw bit, just this itself. And it's really good. So that's going up with me next time. A new packet of these will go up there, and they just be left there, and I'll put it all in my bench bag. I've got to get myself a container to put my coffee in, because let's say there's definitely a mouse up there. Possibly a field mouse or whatever, getting in through the holes in the gaps near the floor, and just getting. The only thing you can't get into is a tin of baked beans I've got up there. I've had a tin of baked beans up there for about 3 months, and I'm still not at them. I like having my barbecues, man. I love having my barbecues. I used to have barbecues years ago when I was with my ex-missus every weekend. It's like 6 years later. You know, no barbecues for 6 years because you can't barbecue on the balcony. It's against the rules. Get caught, you know, someone complains that you're making barbecue out there, you'll be kicked out of you. So, you know, I'm making up for all my barbecues I've missed over the last 6 years now. But, you know, I will be doing some fry-ups up there. Like, I've got a saucepan, a new saucepan in the kitchen. Again, from Poundland, one of the shitty ones, but it should be okay for what I need it for. I'm going to do like a fry-up up there one day. Have like egg, bacon, sausages, and I may use that tin of baked beans up there, which I've got up there still. I have a nice English breakfast or English dinner. And I might even take some bread and cheese up there one day, because I've got like a little kind of rack where I, you know, I put my meat on to cook, and you know, for my kettle to sit on. What I might do is take some bread up there one day and some cheese, and just toast the bread, cut some cheese, and have some cheese on toast. That'd be nice. But what I was thinking of doing, like, you know, I want to finish those walls off, but I also want to sort that, you know, when I've done that side wall, I want to do the other side wall before I get to the back wall. But when I was up there yesterday, I noticed there was water coming through the roof, through one of the tarps. So I've got a choice. I can finish off that side wall and do that. Finish that off and then pull all the wood off the roof, redo the tarp, probably put another tarp up there, you know, just to be on the safe side, and then put all the wood back up on there. Do the roof. But we're not going to have that much, you know, rainy weather. You know, all next week's supposed to be like fine weather again. And we are coming into summer anyway. So I don't think we're going to get too much rain. But I can either finish that wall off and then do the roof after, or I could finish the roof off and then try to redo the door. Let's say I ain't got the brackets at the moment. So the door I'm not really too worried about at the moment, you know. And if someone does try to break in, they're going to have to get like a crowbar to snap off the what's the name, the padlock. And then they're going to have to know where I've put my tools, because I've started leaving my tools in my shed now, in my shelter. Instead of taking them over the runs, I can't be bothered to keep taking them over there. But if I have to like remove the door one day, I'll have to take all the tools back over the runs and leave them in the shed until I go up there the following time. But for now, I might just leave the door, you know, just keep it as it is. If the mud keeps falling off, then I ain't going to keep worrying about putting mud back on it. But the door is a bit crooked anyway and quite heavy to keep open and shutting. So that's why I want to get those like kind of like little wooden kind of like fencing, which you can get from Poundland. I don't know if they've got them there or not. I know they had them in Mitcham, but I don't know if they've got them in Streatham. So I might have to go to both. I don't know yet. They're saying, you know, it's the door, finish off the wall and then do the roof. Or if I don't do the roof, I can do the rest of the wall and then do the door. But say the door, I'm not too worried about at the moment. What I want to do is I'll have to eventually do the other side wall, you know, because if you think about it, right, that's the front wall, that's the back wall, that's the left wall, that's the right wall, yeah. I've done the front walls. I've done those now completely. They're okay, right? The door is a problem at the moment, yeah. But I'm now working on this side of the wall. I've done half that wall at the moment, so I need to do the other half, right? Once I've done that one, I can either do the roof or leave the roof until later and do the other side, the other wall, where the fire pit is, the fireplace. But the thing is, although I've done a quarter of that wall already, the rest still needs to be done. But I've got a load of like wood there, and I need to pull all that wood out of the way, and then do that wall, mud pack that down, and once that's done, get onto the back wall. Now, once I've done the back wall, I'll do the roof off. If I've not done the roof again, I'll have to redo the roof. But the last thing I will probably do is the actual door, because I still need parts, as I say, kind of thing. Once the actual shelt's completely built, I want to come to this side, not where the fire pit is, but the other side, and build like another kind of like mini shelter for like firewood, like a little storage thing there for the firewood. And I probably might have to use a tarp as well for that. Keep the wood, from getting soaked and wet in case we get any like really shitty, miserable wet weather. I've got a lot of wood on that side which I need to go through, chop up, make into like tinder, just general, crap for for use of the fire. But where Ron was able to like cut some of the trees down, you've got like the big timber, and that I'm going to be using possibly for the actual firewood storage thing. And once I've done that, I need to make like a fencing around the shelter, stop the horses getting in the shit and everywhere. And then the last thing I want to do after I've done the wood thing, after I've done the wood shelter and the fencing, last thing to do is probably make myself a little garden, maybe. And once the garden isn't really, like something I've got to do, but I wouldn't mind doing trying to make a little garden. But there's so many trees and stumps and everywhere, there's going to be a lot of work trying to dig all those stumps and all those what are they called? Got stuck with that fucking word now. Roots. All the stumps and roots, because roots are so problematic, trying to get roots out. Roots can go for meters, even fucking quarter mile on some of the trees. So, you've got to get all the roots out and, have a nice little bit of flat ground to even do a garden. And, with the garden, you've got to make sure that, the fencing around it is going to be strong enough to keep the horses out. Because otherwise, if the horses can see that you've got like carrots or potatoes, cucumbers, tomatoes, or something like that, they're going to come and fucking munch it all. So I don't know if I'm going to have a garden such as for vegetables and fruit. I might have like a little flower garden or something. I don't know yet. But I also want to make myself, as I said, like a little bench, a little table maybe. Well, it depends. I can know 12:30 already. Been on over 2 hours. This is supposed to be a short stream. A short one. Fucking 2.5 hours. The problem with the back wall, though, you can actually see the back wall from the public footpath in the actual main woodlands. No, it's not as bad now because because of the weeds and the trees have like grown a shitload of leaves and overgrowth. But you can still see some of it from a certain part of the pathway. So what I was thinking about doing is once I've done the back wall, completed that, with like mud, hay, and possibly cement, because I'm gonna probably go and buy a 20 kilo bag of cement tomorrow if I can handle it and bring it home. I'm not going to take a whole 20 bag up with me. I'll take like 2 or 3 kilos of cement up with me each time I go up there, and just use what I need to use on the walls. So in that way, it's going to like combine and stay there. It's not going to be like the fucking front door, which I've used just mud and hay and just keeps falling down, because like where we had a bit of rain the other day, it's made that mud really kind of like soft again. It's just fell apart from the wall, from the door. So I've got a little bit of plaster of Paris and a little bit of sand left still, but I'm thinking, instead of buying both of those, which is going to cost me more money, I might just buy a bag of cement and use a quick dry cement, which I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to use the whole cement to make it look like a cement wall. I'm just going to put sprinkles, like a couple of handfuls in of each bucket of mud and hay I'm using, and that should combine it and hopefully like strengthen it a lot quicker. But the one I'm thinking about getting, it actually sets within 12 minutes. A bucket of of mud and hay, which I've been using, it's taken me like 20, 25, say about 20 minutes just to empty that one bucket. So it means like speeding up my work process or finding something that doesn't dry as quickly. Dry it eventually, yeah, but not as quick, because it says on the bag, which I saw on the Homebase advertisement of this cement, dries within like 10 to 12 minutes. I want one which takes about half an hour to an hour to set. So when I go there tomorrow, I'll ask them, because I got the one a 20 kilo one, which is like £8. Then they got a 20 kilo one, about £8. 20 kilo. Then I got a 25 kilo, which is about £7, but it's more heavier to carry. I don't think I'm going to carry a fucking like 25 kilo bag around. So I'll have to like carry from the shopping centre to the bus stop, get on the bus, get home, get off the bus, and then I've got like a 10-minute walk from the bus stop, carrying a 25 kilo fucking bag, I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry it. I don't do home deliveries, and if I did do a home delivery, it's going to cost me like a tenner to get it delivered. So, although I've got to go to Poundland tomorrow, I'll drop off at Homebase, and there's going to be a bloody big queue there, like it was the other day. Because I went to have a look at the other day, because Homebase never reopened itself. And it started raining, and it started raining very heavily. And when I looked at the queue, I thought, fuck, am I going to be waiting in that long queue in this weather? And I just turned around and went back home. But tomorrow it's going to be sunny. So I'll probably drop off and go there on the way home from Poundland tomorrow. I'll see how heavy, the bag is, and if I can carry it, then I'll carry it. If I can't, then I'm going to have to find another option. I think I've got one of those like little old lady shopping willy bag somewhere. If I have to come home and find that and go back up there, then I'll have to do that, I suppose. But I do need like something to use with the mud and hay to like make that a lot more strength and combined and hold to the door. But I might not need it. I still will need it, even if I do fucking fix the door a different way. Still going to need it for the walls, aren't I? But if I'm made to get one and bring it home, I'm not taking like a 25 kilo bag up with me next time I go, because it's just going to be too heavy for me to carry from the bus stop when I get off and walking all the way down to my shelter. I'll just take it like I've been doing it, like, open the bag up, taking so much out, pointing a bin liner, say like 3 to 5 kilos. Then put it in a shopping bag. Then I'll take it out that way. A lot easier that way. But I still got a little bit of some plaster and sand, I think. So I'll probably use that first. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to see what it's like, you know, what they got tomorrow, I suppose. You know, it's good doing something with yourself, you know, getting out. Although people was doing my you're breaking the social distance, you ain't supposed to be going out. Look, it's exercise. I'm exercising. I've got every right to go and exercise, any of it is building. At least I'm not stuck indoors and like moping around and, you know, being born out with fucking brains, you know, once a week. Wow, I mean, you could say like, you know, all the hours you can go out and, you know, do your social, well, your exercise each day. You know, I'm practically doing that, building all my hours up to go out for one day. What are you doing in here? I'm going to bed in a minute, so you can fuck off back out in a minute. Oh, shit, you've been a pain in the arse all day, you have. Keep meowing. I'm not stroking them. I'm drinking my coffee anyway. I don't pick up naughty cats. Then I'll take you up there and have you as a barbecue one day, shall I? Nah, too skinny. Well, you're not skinny, but I'm not Asian, where people eat fucking cats and dogs. Disgusting. Oh dear. My landowner was saying to me a little while back, yeah, all these cats he's had have disappeared. No, I do see cats up there. I saw one up there yesterday, actually, funnily enough, running through, you know, Ron's property. Past like, you know, the horse shelters, the little stables he's got. They're not really horses, they're actually like ponies, like little Shetland ponies and stuff like that. But yeah, he said he used to have 4 or 5 cats and they all suddenly disappeared. Now he's got dogs, you know, he's got about 4 or 5 dogs. When I was milk detecting up there one day, I actually had a hit on the ground just behind one of the little milk shelters. And I was just about going to dig it, and I noticed that there's a little plateau, and it's where one of his dogs had been buried. I thought, no, I ain't going to dig that now, you know, because it might have been like a dog tag or something that I was picking up. So I know that, you know, he's had, you know, animals that have died and buried up there. Luckily, I've not actually found any dead animals up there yet. A couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know, just walking around, and I went on to the neighbouring one, Tom's area. I always seem to get Tom and Ron mixed up. Tom, Ron, Tom. Sometimes I'm saying, oh, going on Ron's land, you know, look for some wood. But it's not. What I mean is that I'm going on Tom's land to look for some wood, yeah. But I don't really need no wood at the moment. But, you know, there are bricks and, like, you know, some slates on it, which I could still probably use. And the other day when I was up there, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, actually, I went on there to get some more bricks, and I noticed that one of the horses was just like laying flat on the floor, and I thought he was dead or something, you know. So I dropped my stuff and like I started walking over to see if it's, you know, if it was dead, and he heard me coming. He kind of just like jumped up and started running. I thought, thank fuck for that. One thing I don't want to be doing is like ringing up saying, yeah, Tom, one of your horses did that, mate, you know. Or even Ron, you know. Ron is my landowner and he's been such a great person, you know, let me do what I'm doing up there. You know, I wish there was more people like him. Oh, I'm pretty sure I could have like made a shelter on Tom's land if I wanted to, because it's more kind of like further away from the actual cancer woodland, and it has got kind of like a bit more kind of condensed tree growth. It looked like someone had actually built something there before, actually. But I'm happy where I am at the moment. But no, you can't. Before we started getting all the bloomage on the trees and the plants and stuff going, like it is now. A month ago, you could actually see the back of my shelter, and I had to try to like camouflage as the best I could. But now, when you go past on the actual public footpath, in the woodlands, you can see it still, but only just about, kind of thing. So I've actually put like some leaves and stuff like, because Tom, his land is getting overgrown with like shrubland and shrubs and these little mini trees that suddenly started spraying up. Not proper trees, but like little bushes. So I went around and like grabbed some broke some branches off with leaves on, but they kind of like shrunk and died now. So what I'm going to do later is, when I've done that back wall, I'm going to try to find one or two small like little trees and dig them up and try to plant them at the back wall of my shelter, and hopefully that might help to camouflage for when next year comes round and there ain't as much trees and bloomage around. Oh, 20 to 1. Drink the rest of my coffee, and I'm going to go to bed. But hopefully, time I finish that shelter, I do want to like try and get a night or two overnight staying there. As I said before, it's going to be spooky as hell. I will be probably shitting my bricks, or in other terms, shitting my pants. Always make sure I've got toilet paper with me in case I need to go, and wipes. And sometimes I do need to go, so you can't not go when you need to go. So when I've actually finished it, after I've done the walls and redone the door, which could probably be within the next 4 or 5 visits, I hope to stay overnight then. So was it now May? Probably near towards the end of June, I hope to be staying there overnight. Just for one night. And if it isn't as fearful and as spooky as I think it is, then there might be a time I might be up there, 2 days, 2 nights. The cat will be okay. She's got plenty of food. I'll make sure she's got plenty of food to last her for 48 hours. I have 2 bowls of food out there, 2 bowls of water. So she ain't going to go without. Even when a couple of years ago when I used to do fishing, I'd be out all day, all night, and I used to be back home within like half the day, the second day, kind of thing. And she was perfectly okay. I know the neighbour upstairs, she leaves her cat up to 72 hours, by itself sometimes, and apparently the cat's okay. Just make sure she's got plenty of food and drink, and a little bucket or bin or whatever they use is like clean and ready for it to be used. Oh dear. But, you know, I am kind of enjoying it, to be honest with you. You know, it is stressful sometimes, but, you know, it is mostly enjoyable doing what I'm doing because I've never done it before. And, you know, I could always tell, like, my grandson later when he gets older that, you know, I accomplished something that I've never done. No, maybe one day, you know, because I don't know how long, you know, I'd be alive for. You know, if I'm still alive and I'm still up there in 5 years' time or something, yeah, I'm still bushcrafting in 5 years' time, I could take him up there and, you know, let him stay overnight with me, you know, and let him see what it's like. I think the youngest person I've seen bushcrafting on YouTube is a 14-year-old who made his own shelter. Now, if I was into bushcrafting earlier, you know, if I thought about this years ago, I would have loved to have done it years ago. You know, but I do have that fear, as I say, being out in the dark, you know, in the unknown, because you just don't know what's out there. I mean, when you hear a fox screaming, crying at night time, it sounds like someone being strangled and murdered. So, you know, and where I am, where I go, you're going to hear those foxes, you're going to hear footsteps, which are probably going to be the ponies. You're going to hear the ponies like neighing. And that could sound different at night time than it does at, you know, during the daytime. You're going to probably hear people walking around in the background in the actual like cancer woodland. You know, you probably hear them like walking around with their dogs. Why not be walking around with their dogs at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't know, but might get some weirdos. You might get cats trying to like get in, scraping at the doors. I get birds, you know, trying to like land on your roof and, you know, flutter about. And again, like I said before, you might get some fucking crazed axemen out there trying to break in and want to murder you. Now I've got to try to like confront my fears, and that's how I'm going to have to do it, you know, being out on my own one night. So if anything happened, like, you know, I'm not too far away from, you know, like houses, but to get to the houses, you know, if something was to happen and I was able to get out, I'd have to like run and jump over 3 barbed wire fences and scramble over a fucking iron gate to get to, like, you know, someone's house. Because all surrounding me is like fucking barbed wire fencing. And out of the 4, 2 of them electrocuted. So electrified fencing, hit one of those when you're trying to jump over it in the pitch black. Yeah, you're going to get a nasty bolt, I'll tell you that for one thing. I've already had electric shock off one of the fences. And that bloody did hurt. But when I do it, you know, first night I'm there, once I feel like, you know, okay, yeah, I could do this again. You know, maybe the 2nd or 3rd time I'm there overnight, then I might probably do a little ghost hunt session. You know, take my ghost box and do an EVP and, you know, take a couple of devices like millimeter, K2 meter, REM pod. See if we get anything. So, you know, and again, I said this before, sometimes I do feel like, you know, I'm not alone up there. I feel like, you know, I'm being watched. Even on video camera, you know, I have heard a few EVPs coming through. So has Uric. He's heard stuff coming through over the audio. and it ain't like, well, you know, you're saying, well, you know, during daytime, you know, you got people walking in the woodlands at the back of you. Yeah, but this isn't like, you know, you can tell it's someone talking at the background, you know, a couple of 100 meters away, or if it's up close, and some of these have been right up close, you know, kind of thing. Seems like they're right next to you. And you see there ain't no one near me. Right, I'm going to go. I'm getting tired. I've blagged on enough. So I've been a bit boring tonight. But hell, you know, at least it's giving you someone to come and chat and talk to each other, I suppose. At least we did a little ghost box session. I was actually, you know what I was going to do? Let's quickly do one now. Quick EVP. I've done an EVP session on this phone for a long time. Right, the spirits in here, come forward. I'm going to put this on. Do a quick EVP session. And see if anyone wants to come and say hello. Right, so what I'm going to do is move that away. And so you can see that I'm not in any way manipulating it. I'm going to put that on the bed. I'll press record now. Right, any spirit people amongst me right now. Anyone around me, near me, want to come and say hello, please say hello now. Is Abby and Tina still around? So can you acknowledge that you're still about? How you doing, spirits? I hope you're well. So I've not done much. But hopefully you get back doing a paranormal soon. If you're ready and willing to do that. What do you think of my bushcrafting? You like it? You enjoy it? Do you come with me and watch me do it? So you got anything you want to say? Say it now. Any messages? I'll give you 15 seconds to tell me what you want to say. Then I'm going to stop the EVP. Starting from now. Right, thank you. That's actually longer than 15 seconds. I'll stop that. Right. Right, spirit people are amongst me right now. Anyone around me, near me, want to come and say hello, please say hello now. Cat was meowing once or twice. Is Abby and Tina still around?
So can you acknowledge that you're still about?
So I try to keep still, but you can hear a lot of like noises.
How you doing, spirits? I hope you're well. So I've not done much. But hopefully you get back doing the paranormal soon. You got ready and willing to do that?
I just said, after I said willing to do that, I thought I'd like a little quiet, maybe yes, I'm not sure.
What do you think of my bushcrafting? You like it? You enjoy it? You come with me and watch me do it? So you want anything you want to say it now. Any messages? I'll give you 15 seconds to tell me what you want to say.
After I said that, the bloody audio recorder stopped. Just check on that.
So you got anything you want to say it now. Any messages? I'll give you 15 seconds to tell me what you want to say.
Yeah, it stopped. Maybe because I might have a lot of audio stuff on this still, which hasn't been formatted. So I'm looking at gallery. No, there's only 2 sound clips in it. One being from, well, it says 2012, but probably wrong. That's only 2 minutes long. Yeah, there's only 2. So why did that stop at just under 2 minutes? I've got no idea. Don't think there's anything in there to. I can't see the microphone. Recording functions. Settings. Applications. Voice recorder. Set that's high. Phone memory. Don't know if this has got a memory card in or not, actually. Might take the memory card out. Oh, there's memory card in there. One gig. So I don't know why that stopped on 2 minutes when it shouldn't have done. Right, anyway, so I'm going to go and I'll catch you on the next one. Whenever that be, I don't know. But there should be another video up on the bushcrafting one, probably Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the weather. I think Wednesday's going to be very sunny. But if I've got to go out Tuesday, I know it's Tuesday morning, I've got to go out, but depends on what's going to happen Tuesday. You know, I might come home pissed off and tired and might not want to go out for the rest of the week. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Right. Okay. Good night, everyone. Laters.